So if you select the Ken Burns effect, what you're getting is two crop boxes. So basically, it's just like the crop, right? Here's our crop setting. And then you get a second box to determine this is the beginning frame and this is the end frame. And what the software is going to do, it's going to automatically animate that movement. So you see that yellow arrow is telling us where it's going to go. So for example, if we wanted to start zoomed in on this little black area and then zoom out to show the entire range of the bottom half of the painting there, if let's go ahead and play that now, you see what happens. It zooms out and scrolls down, right? So, and then it went on to the next clip there. So within that clip there, it's going to do that animation. If we instead had something that was basically like set the boxes to be basically the same size, and now what we're going to get is just a vertical panning down, right? You just go straight down the painting with no size change. So, you know, you can play with this and customize it all you want. To modify where you want your beginning and end frame to be. I might say we want to just see the painting here. And just scrolling down the painting. And that might be sufficient. You know, it depends on your case and what you want to do with it. You can modify that however you want by controlling the shape and size of those boxes. By default, it usually does a little bit of a zoom in, right? So I just switched to the second clip and shows Ken Burns. And what you see, the second box is a little bit smaller, and that means that we're going to zoom in, right? The first box is wide and the second box is smaller and a little pan. Just so you can see that more clearly, I'm going to make it a little bit less of a camera movement. And so you can just see the zoom in, right? A very subtle zooming in on the image. Because generally, I think it engages the viewer a little bit to be drawn into the image. That certainly is not required. That's just sort of the most traditional way of doing that. Here's a more exaggerated version of that. And the one thing you can do here, if you want to experiment, you can swap the order of the start and the end box. So that's what this little third button is here beside the Ken Burns word. This is swap the start and end. If I click that, it swaps where the beginning of the animation is and the end of the animation. Now we're going to zoom out, right? So now we're zooming out and tilting up slightly. If at any point you want to undo what you've done, there's a little revert button back here. Click that revert button, and it's going to take you to the fit setting, which is sort of the most conservative option to make sure you can see all of your picture all at the same time.